everyone, this is Stuff. You're watching Stuff HD, and today I want to talk a little bit about passwords and how important they are. Like I mentioned in one of my previous videos, internet security, you basically have to assume that there isn't much security on the internet and that there is absolutely no privacy. There is nothing that I put on the internet that I'm hoping or that I'm thinking, oh, hopefully nobody's gonna see this, because at some point anything could be seen, But today I wanted to talk specifically about passwords. Passwords are very important. You should not be using your name as a password. You should not be using any of your kids' names as a password. You should not be using password 123 as a password. Password 456, however, it's totally okay. No, I'm kidding. It is not okay. So what should you do for passwords? For starters, many of you out there that I've met tend to have a little notebook with all your passwords written down. That is a horrible idea. My dad is one of those people. I went to his house the other day and the notebook was just out there with his bank, I think it was a bank, webpage and username and password right there. I'm like, Dad, what are you doing? Like, are you just asking for people to come and take your money? So anyway, I will tell you what I personally use, and this is just throwing it out there. This is not sponsored, but I do like to use a little app called LastPass. It is, as far as I know, free. Yeah, it is free. They have some extra features that you can pay for, but I don't use any of that. And basically, it's an app on my phone that I can go ahead and generate very secure passwords with. Passwords that I will never remember, and I can use those on web pages, and then I can save that web page information on the application so that later when I do need the password, it's there. But this application works even better when you use the browser on the web browser, like Google Chrome. They have a little extension that you can add that runs on the web browser, and basically whenever you go to a website where it recognizes that it has a saved password, it will go ahead and autofill it for you, and then you don't even have to worry about that. And it's called LastPass because technically the password for that thing is the last password that you really need to remember. Now, I know some of you are already thinking like, well, what if that gets hacked? Then they have access to all your passwords. And yes, technically that is possible. But hacking LastPass, it's extremely difficult. I'm not saying it's impossible, because nothing is impossible, but it is a lot more difficult than stealing your little notebook with all your passwords. And it is a lot more difficult than figuring out your password if your password is like your name or your birth date or something like that. So I like to use LastPass. These passwords, they are very difficult to remember, so I'll never remember them, but I don't need to because the application does it all for me. It's a bit of a pain, yes, but security is gonna be more difficult, and that's just the way it is. If you want easy, then you may as well assume that everything you have is public for everybody. Also, there are other apps. It doesn't have to be LastPass. I know Dashlane is also very good, and I'm sure there are others. And actually, Google Chrome has its own password management system where it will go ahead and store your passwords. The thing that I don't really care about it is that it doesn't really suggest a password for you. So it's just going to remember the same password that you put in, which is probably the same password that you're using for many other things, which, yeah, not good. So, and iOS, I haven't seen Android doing this. I don't know if Android can do it. Let me know if you know if Android can do it, but I haven't seen it. Where iOS, if you're setting up a form, like on a new user somewhere, it will suggest a strong password, and it will be a password that you're not going to remember. But it will go ahead and save that password in the keychain. So I know iOS has a keychain. It shares the keychain with your Mac also. So if you have iOS and a Mac, this might be the perfect solution for you. But I like LastPass because I can use that anywhere. You know, if I'm on a Chromebook, I can use it. If I'm on a PC, I can use it. On my Mac, I can use it. On my iPad, on my iPhone, on my Android, I can just use it everywhere. So it's great. Now, before using LastPass, I had a little system which, you know, it's still better than just coming up with you know, a password based on your name and last name or date of birth or whatever, or your kid's date of birth, because everybody uses those. And it's basically coming up with a sentence that you're going to remember, but it's not necessarily something that everybody's gonna know about you, you know. So for example, if you came up with the sentence, I wish I had 5 dogs and 0 cats, that could be a password right there, by just using the first letter or number of each part of the phrase. Stuff like that. Or something like koalas are 50% dumb and 50% stupid. I don't know. Like so anyway, yeah, the very important is to have a good password, because like I said, if somebody hacks into your Facebook, into your Instagram, into your whatever, they instantly have access to all of your friends. So it's kind of crappy that, you know, some of your friends might be trying to take their security more seriously, and doing all kinds of stuff to be, you know, somewhat anonymous. And then here you are, like, sharing all their information because you decided, oh, I want an easy password. And, you know, that's certainly your decision. All I can say is, if you are the type of person who takes their security seriously, you know, maybe you need to unfriend some people. I don't know. All right, so let me know if you have any questions, or if I said anything that didn't make sense, which is probably a lot. Or yeah, if you have any questions, comments, whatever, let me know in the comment section. And you know, the next video, I'm not really sure what I'll be talking about, but it'll be somewhat internet security related. Maybe we'll do VPNs. Should I do VPNs first? Anyway, I'll talk to you later.